Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the town of Cornoe and the nation of Cornoe, and there's a building on fire, and we're playing on version 1. Okay, so lots of and ahhing. Ooh. Again, these things catch fire like nobody's business. So you got, yeah, and that's why we have an electricity problem. This is the thing, right? You need so much resilience. So definitely worth considering resilience for our next city. So a little bit of a power problem is not going to be the end of the world. Anyway, in the last episode, we are continuing the demolition of this so that we can expand our infrastructure to our next town. We've crossed the bay over here, so we're on the other. We can get to the other side. Let me quickly have a look at that pollution. Just so we see. Yeah, we've got a pretty high. Yeah, so our average pollution is now getting a little bit high. Yeah, it's really not an issue in the vicinity of where we live. This one is the only one, but we've cleaned this one out. So really, we shouldn't be having too many issues with regards to pollution. We are, however, having an issue with crime. So let's quickly just clear this out, start fresh from the messages. And so the one thing that I did think about in terms of crime is, yeah, we've got the guys doing their thing, is maybe an orphanage. Maybe an orphanage, because our police station seems to be able to manage it, right? We've got room. Everything is going through here. We're getting all of this sorted out. We could look at expanding these years a little bit to reduce criminality even more. Maybe we could do that. But I don't want to swamp our system, so I'm not going to mess with that just yet. But let's get an orphanage. So where is the orphanage? Assuming it's over here. Kindergarten, school, orphanage. So I don't want a huge orphanage. 13. So something like that. A small orphanage. I think that's going to be just fine. That's going to be just fine. We just need to find a little spot for it. That's not too problematic. So we didn't really plan this out. You see, we don't really have room anywhere here. If we were to demolish that guy, we won't even be able to fit it in there. So I don't think that's a plan. We could put it down here, but that'll take over a lot of our. I want to try and keep this area open just in case we wanted some additional kind of rail connectivity, a small station or something in there. But I don't think that's really going to happen. There's not enough room for it anyway. So it'll have to go in our new area here. So one option is here. It will be fully serviced. Right? It will be fully serviced in here. And we can expand that road and then see about getting a few more things in here. Okay, I'm going to do that. Let's I mean, alternatively, I could put it up here, but we're getting too close to this side anyway. I don't think any expansion, will have to be in here, so we're within a reasonable distance of some of these things. So I think it's just going to go to the back there. That's where we're going to put the orphanage. It's realistic, right? We don't have complete separation between the residential functions and any other form of industrial function. Even these, but these don't kind of cause pollution. I've paused it. Don't pause it. There's so much happening. I really just shouldn't pause it at all. But it's a bit of a habit. We're going to go with this small one here. Right. I'm just going to. I do wonder whether. I mean, people need to work there, but there will be enough people to get there. I do wonder whether it needs to be in the range of various things. It's going to have everything it needs here: power, water, heating. So certainly going to be fine. So we'll do that. And then at the same time, what we'll do is we'll plan out a little bit of a gravel road connection that goes up to about here. Okay. And so what I'll do is let's get started on that gravel road connection so they can kind of start building it. Can we squeeze something through there? is really tight. I just want to see if it could be possible. I think the answer to that is no. Even if we wanted to. Yeah, it's just too tight. We can't even build it on this section. That's about, yeah. So because, it's just, we're definitely not going to get something through there. So the best we can do is start to look at running a path up here. But maybe we'll run it a little closer to the road. And then we'll need to kind of tie this guy in like so. I just need to check where our road connection ultimately will be. Don't really need, but it needs to get some stuff delivered to it. So let's just leave that in there for the time being. We will tie things together. We may as well start working on it, to be honest. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. So if we were to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, tie that in there, it should be able to connect onto a variety of different things there. So let's get started on that as well. Excellent. Yeah, this should go pretty quickly, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is going to get that road built really quickly. And then we do have room here to maybe have another a building or two in there. So 3 apartments. Let's just have a quick look. I believe we should have well, we've got no one living at home, and then we've got an overlay that's going to tell us how many. Going to be over here. There we go. 3 flats. So there's plenty. Well, actually, these are all zeros, but there's plenty of availability all over, all throughout. Little bits there, lots over here, so we can still expand quite a bit. So I'm keen to get that one built so that we can see if adding an orphanage to the mix reduces the criminality a little bit and makes people a little bit happier. Now, I wish this thing could go a little quicker, man. This is so much. It's 45 tons. Yeah, so it's like 10, so many trips that still needs to happen. Similarly over here, so many trips. I'm kind of tempted, right, to move even another one of these guys over. Don't do that. Let's change the depot workplace. We'll move that guy over there. And then we'll add yet another, so 2, I think that's about the right mix anyway. We want a waste truck, please. Just grab me another waste truck. So get going. So let's just move things a little quicker. It does get a little bit problematic. This one needs workers, but seemingly we can't get which means we will need a bus to operate over there. Okay, so what I'll do is let's move another one over here, bring the bus back for a while. So that's, just move the bus back over that way. That's good. So let's say we get that section moved. I believe this road is done. Okay, good. So now we can go ahead and tie in over here. I believe there should be enough room for all kinds of things. We can get a mechanism in there, so that should start the building process over here quite a bit. Okay, while that's going on, I think happiness is... Ooh, a research program is finished. Ooh. Okay. Let's go back and have a look at our research program. So we are busy working our way through this. Yeah, okay, so we did these. So now we can do pipeline pressure. We can do design of steel cables, or we can go this way and look at engineering and advanced engineering, right? But we can do steel. So I think forestry is one, but I think let's go for... we're not going to set up forestry straight away. Right, so I think, but I do want forestry, I do want chemicals. I think before we go down this path of getting absolutely everything, well, I wouldn't mind getting this, but we're still ways away from getting our own power station up and running. I'm much more likely to build one of these so that we can make a move. So let's get engineering moving. Let's get engineering going. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Slowly get it there. Okay, good stuff. Do we have workers here doing their thing? Yeah, absolutely. So that was a good move. Okay, it's nighttime yet again. Nighttime in Cornoe. Okay, and I believe our orphanage should be very close to starting construction. Yeah, we're very close now. We are very close now to getting that construction going. Okay, good. Okay. Two things. I want to see way more workers here. This is actually looking really... This is really good. This means we should be getting reasonable exports. 20, 30,000 in exports? Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. What's our unemployment like? Ooh, pretty good, actually. Which I think means that we could maybe start looking at opening up the other one. The other thing I thought we could do in this area is reuse some of what we've got already and set up food as well. So if we had a quick look at food, right? So a food factory. This is like a small one, which we're not going to... Oh, no, that's even a bigger one. But let's... Interesting that doesn't produce pollution, but this one does, so definitely gonna go with the vanilla one. Okay, so this needs water. It needs 42 tons of crops to produce 20 tons of food, and it needs another 170 workers. So I'm a little cautious about going too involved in this, but we could reuse this, right? And just get our food factory going somewhere over here. It doesn't need a very dedicated piece of thing, right? Water and sewage. It doesn't need dedicated water and sewage. But what I thought we could do is we could find a way of squeezing it in here, and then adding. So if I were to, for the time being, let's just squeeze it in like that, for instance. Yeah, so if we do that, right, and then the distillery needs how many workers? Another 100 workers for the distillery. If we did that and that, okay, this should be walkable quite easily. But what I would like to do is actually, what I should be doing is putting them next to each other like that, so that we could. Oh, they're not going to quite like that. Let's close this out. I want to try this a little bit. I want to maybe make a start on this. I'm not sure we're going to have enough workers for this endeavor, and so if I move this one over here, it's going to have water. It's going to have power. We will find some waste facilities. Alternatively, if I just move it a little bit like this, yeah, we might find it a little bit working a little bit better. So let's do that. We'll get our distillery to do this. Or yeah, that's not actually going to work. We'll get our distillery to do this. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Distillery there. And then some warehouses. So let's get some warehouses going. I do prefer something a little bit bigger. It was 40,000 for the food, right? 40,000, 42,000 for the food, and 30,000 for the crops. So 70,000 for a day at full capacity. I do like us to having a few days. 70 times... Yeah, that's not quite right. That's too much. This is okay. 70, 140, 280 is like four and a bit days. That's a little bit more. But yeah, let's not get overboard. These guys should be able to run reasonable. Okay, let's do that. So if we say this guy over there, it's going to have power on all the likes. And then on the export side, it's much less on the export side. So, but I think probably it's going to be a similar size, right? We want to get a train in here? The train is going to run right here. So presumably, if we wanted to, we could do a little something like this and have room for the rail. But it makes me wonder, I think we should do it the other way around. If I wanted the train on this side, it should probably be on this side. So let's flip that around. Get rid of that. Get the train on this side then. Just in case we wanted to do the train connection. If we flipped it... Yeah, this is better. Just get it to get reasonably close there. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. So we should have the option of getting a little spur to come in here if we wanted to, and otherwise we run the road out this way. Okay, so that's fine. And then on the other side, we'll just grab this guy, which should be pretty... pretty reasonable to connect like that. I like it. There we go. So that's a little complex there. So we can do food and alcohol here. We just need to kind of find a road connection that works. For this, I'm going to go with these kind of asphalt connections, because the plan is really that we tie this in properly. And what we'll do is we'll try and get it off from there. Let's try and get a reasonable angle here. So let's switch off the snapping so we don't have to have it as long. Okay, so if we do that. And what I want to do is make this the continuing piece of road. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll tie that one in there. We should be able to walk there. And what we'll also do is we'll run a little connection like that. That should be fine. And we'll have a little connection like this. But let's trim it down a bit. And we'll just tie it in like so. That's reasonable, right? We've got everything connected with one connection point here. What I will do is just get these things done little by little. I'll do that, and I'll do this, and we will get moving. So now all of this can start construction. That's okay. In this general area, the ones that's going to produce waste is going to be this one and that one. So we may have to find, maybe if we can find a little spot right here for some garbage collection. And we're wanting to do the stand with the big stuff. I think something like, we just need to be mindful. Anyway, the idea is that it needs to go in there. But let's get cracking on all of the construction pieces here. So that's... I'm not convinced we're going to run it, right? I'm not going to be convinced I'm going to build all of this. Let's build the road. And what we'll do is we'll suspend construction on all of this just for a little bit. We can always run workers in from somewhere else as well using that station there. But let's just get the road going for now. We've got a traffic jam. We need to check this out. This is an issue. Why would you... go back to where you came from. We certainly don't need that traffic jam. The orphanage is under construction. All of this lighting is done. So let's quickly see about adding a little bit more to this. Can we run it through there? We can. So if we do that, I'm assuming we can do this. Beautiful. Let's make a start on those two sections as well. So at least the orphanage is within walking distance from at least some workers. That would be good, and we'll provide some stuff. Is this? Oh yeah, we're still waiting on collection, and we're still waiting on collection over here. So lots and lots of collection activities underway. Let's move this guy back there. We're not going to need him. And I'm kind of tempted to get more waste collection. How far are we on this waste collection piece? Oh, we're pretty close now. Okay, that's good. That is good. And I think... Is that the end? Yeah, that's the end. Okay, beautiful. That actually worked out really well in terms of timing. Okay, what we need to do, and I wish we could see what was going on. Okay, we're trimming this thing back. Yeah, I trimmed it back all the way there. Okay, let's do that. Let's trim this back, and we will trim that back, and we will trim that back over there, and now we'll find a way to connect these guys up. Okay, so the idea is really it's okay. Oh, beautiful. Love the fact that we're oh, we need to get snapping back going on. Please do this and that, and we'll go around here. And somewhere over here I will need another roundabout, right? So that we can tie in with that one, and then over there somewhere we'll need another roundabout. So what we'll do a bit of a little roundabout here. I don't quite know. I think I've been using this 100, the azimuth of 100. I think so. I'm not sure. So if I do that, then I will trim that section back there. I think it needs to be bigger, right? There's just going to be a one-liner going in here. That's not quite right. Wow, look at that. Somehow that's working. No, so let's try this again. Want to make it a little bit bigger. So we start off with a little section like that. That's about, I think that's about right. So if we do, I don't know what these, so if we do that, and then what we'll need to do is we'll need to just clear that section out, because that was straight, or somewhat straight, and then we'll just tie this in here. And then now I'm liking, I want to do this. Yeah, that's going to be much better, I think, in terms of sizing it. And then what we'll do is we will... so, for the roundabout, maybe what we'll do... We'll do a little something like this. It's a track layer. And we'll do maybe that and that. No, let's move it away just a little bit more than that. So if we do this, right? Let's do the snapping. Oh yeah, there we go. If we do the snapping, we do that and that. Yeah, that's okay. So that's going to give us access that way and access this way, and that's going to be reasonable. That's going to be reasonable. Okay, now the next one I want to do is let's trim out this section here and get ourselves a reasonable roundabout size. If we do straight section there, we do a very similar sized one like this. Yeah, that's going to be kind of okay. I need to trim out that little section there, do that, and then do this. I know I need to get a little bit more consistent with these things, I think. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll tie that in. We'll tie that in. Oh, that's actually working very nicely. So we'll do this. Get it a little bit more straight, and then we'll do that, and can we let's try and fix that a little bit. Can we, I think that's going to be fine. Get that one in there, and then what we'll do is we will do something like this here. Yeah, something like that I think is reasonable, and then we'll turn it and tie it in. Yeah, so that's it looks a little weird like that, but that's okay. That's okay. Now let's bring this guy back. Ooh, I need to just switch this on. Ooh, okay, it's a little bit hilly there. So what we want to do, I'm going to try and find ourselves something like this. Right, that needs to run over there, yeah? Yeah, we'll go a little bit more straight onto this. Okay, now let's find the tile here. There we go. So we do that, right? And then we do the snapping back on. And we'll align our second carriageway. Kind of up to about there. It started over there. It's okay. Trim that back a little bit, and we will switch off the snapping. Do a little bit of this. So what I'll do is I'll trim this back a little bit more. Yeah, so it's a much more reasonable tie-in point here. There we go. That looks good. We'll run it around. Oh, snapping back on, please. Run that around, and we'll tie it in on the other side as well. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. What we might do is might trim it back a little. So let's trim that back a little. Like that. And then I don't want a snapping. Don't snap. Do that and tie in. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I like it. Okay. There we go. So we've got our road connection through here. Could it be more straight? I mean, did we need to run up like that? Could we run it like this and tie it in there? It does look a little awkward that we're doing it this way. It does look a little bit awkward, but we're trying to get those perfect angles there. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's get rid of all of this. I probably didn't need to trim off all of that, but let's try. Not underground. Let's try. We do this. Something like that is a little straighter, right? Yeah, that's much better, I think, in terms of connecting onto this as straight as possible. Now, we do need get the F4 out there. Okay, now let's snap it. Well, actually, let's not snap it, and we'll get this guy to go off. That's beautiful. Okay, now we snap it. We run this guy here. We run that guy there. And we tie that one in. Yeah, I like that. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Now, let's find where we're going to potentially tie this guy in. I like it. I like it. So, why is that not going to want to work? There we go. And there we go. I like that a little bit better. And I don't mind the close tie-ins at the deflection curves is what they call them, at the access points there. Yeah, that's okay. To be honest, we might do better deflection curves on this side too. So let's do. I don't know. They don't bother me too much. So there we go. So that's our road connection, and I think for the first time we do now have access to maybe start building this. So what I'll do, I will actually run maybe something like this, so we can start getting our accessibility in through here. And in order to make that happen, we are going to get started on these sections through here. Can I, in the construction side of things, can I potentially, yeah, do that? Excellent. Now that should be fine. Now the question is this set up for construction? Oh, research program is finished. So we need to have a bit of a look at that. This is all done. Oh, these guys are... interesting that they're building through there, even though we've suspended construction on this stuff. But anyway, it's fine. Get that built. I would like us to start focusing on getting the roads built. Did we get the orphanage done? It is done. So let's just get the goods sorted out. This is local distribution, right? So let's get the orphanage included in local distribution. We should have clothing and everything be delivered there straight away. We've got workers. All of that's happening, so that's fine. We've got a few, well, one orphan there. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit better with our government loyalty here. Yeah, so we'll get everything delivered here, and they'll have everything they need. Missing supplies for childcare. No, that's going to be okay. I like the town. The town is doing well. The town is doing well. So now we've got this area going, and we can start. Yeah, here comes the construction crews to start doing the work. Now, what I also think we should do is maybe get yet another. Let's just see. So we are doing 20k in terms of exports. So let's have a quick look. What's the situation with these facilities? How many workers do I get? Yeah, not enough. I want more workers, but our population is growing, right? It's a little stagnant. So if we do last month, yeah, it is growing. It is growing. Yeah, it's definitely growing. So last month we've got 88 births, 40 deaths, and 2 escapes. So the escapes keeps coming. So in this month we've got our birth rate is definitely growing, and our escapes are dropping. Actually, happiness is reasonable, but I would love to see it at 90%. And health is awesome. Health is super awesome. We just need more people. So the question is, do I bring in a few more? Might want to. So let's bring in a few more people there. Bring in a few more people there. It's interesting that I thought these would be really popular, but I'm guessing they're a little bit further away from everything. So people aren't too keen to live there. What do we have over here? Oh, this entire thing is built, huh? And we've got everything connected now? Yeah, beautiful. So there's plenty of room for people to be moving in. So we can really up our numbers here. Okay, good. And in terms of prison, we've got 11 prisoners, so we could look at using prisoners for some form of work, right? Like these guys. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should set something like that up. So if I buy a prison transport, right? It's a prison bus. It's pretty cheap. 6 passengers, 18 passengers. We won't need that. Maybe what I'll just do is I'll just pick up a couple of these. Yeah, grab me 2 of them. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will say, pick up here. Then go there. Then not suitable. Okay, well then that's it. So we'll make that start. One goes there, and the other one goes to the other side. So we'll say pick up here, and go there, and make a start. Just so that we, we actually start making use of our prisoners as well. Okay, let's get going. So advanced engineering is something we can do. Design. Okay, so that's something we would like to do as well. We do want to get into waste a little bit more. Let's get chemistry going, because that's something we may need a little sooner rather than later. We're importing a lot of that at the moment. So construction is underway now for a lot of different things here. I thought what I want to do is build another construction facility here, importing of vehicles. Yeah, 30,000. Yeah, we're actually doing a reasonable job with exports, so that's fine. Let's get another construction office over here. And this one is going to be, I'm kind of tempted, maybe not, you know what, maybe this one we want over here somewhere. I don't know, no, maybe let's just do it here. Let's just do it here, we'll get a nice big one. 32 there. 39, no, definitely this one. Definitely this one. So what I'm thinking is we'll get this guy over here. And that'll be our road construction facility here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's get moving on that one. These guys, we want to do this, but at the moment we're just trying to get these numbers up a little bit more. So we need more people. Happiness is coming up a little bit more. We've got some unemployment, which is exactly what I want. Want a little bit more unemployment. Our orphanage is picking up a few people, and they've got everything they need now. So yeah, it reduces criminality a fair bit. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit better with the Soviet propaganda here. We can just up that a little bit. That's okay. I think that's a reasonable mix there. Yeah, let's do that. So that is underway. And in terms of free flats, let's have a quick another look at free flats. So we've got, we're up. We can go to 4,000 quite easily. Beyond that, oh, over here. Got the room over here as well. So people don't like living on this side. It might be that they don't like that. But yeah, I'm thinking we may need to get a little bit more. We are not going to get to 5,000 with what we've got here. But we should be reasonably placed to keep people fairly happy. Yeah, we're not going to get, unless we cluster in a little bit more. We're going to do another cluster, right? We're going to have to do another cluster here. So let's grab another cluster of these housing units. Which were the ones I'm using? Oh, I can just do this, right? I can just do that one, right? They should be able to walk to this bus station. It gets a little tight though, so we won't go crazy with this. But I'm thinking, in order to make this reasonable, we won't walk on the other side. We'll just walk on this side. We are out of power here, right? Yeah, we estimated maximum consumption is 105%. We really can't do more unless we bring in yet another connection from the border, which we can do. We should have We should have sewage and stuff here, right? Let's just figure this out quickly. So if I do this guy, right? We have heating, we have sewage. We should be okay. How's the heating going here? We have room. We have room. We have room. We have room. We can do it 2-3 more buildings here. Definitely. We'll just need to get another piece there. So if we do kind of one here, one there, one there, that's okay. And then maybe, yeah, this is going to be a nice little design. 4 of them, and they are, yeah, that's going to be reasonable. That's workers. I don't actually know how many people they take. They take 120. Yeah, so that's another 480 workers there. That gets us, yeah, I think that gets us to about 4,500. That's okay. Now, to do something in the middle here, what do we have access to here? We've got school is over there, and it's got room. Kindergarten is probably accessible from here. That's okay. So maybe yes, let's just sort out something, and culture should be, but yeah, it's starting to get a little flimsy on this side of things, so that's okay. So if we wanted to make very sure we're to definitely do that. And do this. And ideally then do that as well. Ooh. That's not good. Let's trim this one out. Let's trim that one out. I just want to make sure that if we do this, we're going to set it up properly here. Okay, if we do that, yeah, that's going to work. Let's do a little bit of that. Shave off a little bit of distance there. So we'll get, let's get going on some of that. Let's just finish this off first. So we do this one to run through here. Like so. Maybe we get started a little bit of a turn. And we'll do that and we'll tie in like so. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. We will need to tie this one in a little bit better. That's okay. That's going to give us access to most things in the area, though we may have to want to have a look at coming straight through here so we get closer access to these facilities also. So we may want to do a little bit more of yeah, let's just do that. That's going to be fine. Okay, let's get started with those. And in the middle here, we're going to go with a statue of sorts, maybe on the edge here, actually. The statue could go. Ooh, that statue would really look really nice from this angle as well. So that's fine. That could be a statue. But what we could also do is get a little bit of open space going here. Bit of a attraction. Open space style thing. And all of these things are massive, right? So that's not going to work. We can do... yeah, it's probably going to be more like the tennis court thing. That's too big. We're going to do that, and we're going to get a statue going. And then we'll need to plant some trees, you know, all those kind of nice things. Trees. No, forget about trees. Get the statue first. So this is a prominent spot, right? It's a prominent spot as you enter our republic. What is that? Ooh, I like it. But what does that cost us? Ooh, that's 31 tons of steel, but it's a prominent location, guys, and it'll actually work really nice to tie in all of our stuff here. Let's just see how that goes. Wish I knew. Oh yeah, that's the one. So what I'll do, I like it there. We'll do that. And we'll finalize our little paths here. So what I'll do is I'll do that path there. We'll do this path here, and just for good measure, we'll tie that in like so. There we go. So that'll be the conclusion of our town. That'll be the edge. Maybe we squeeze another building in here if they guys need something. By the way, what they will be needing is power. So let's quickly get a power distribution facility in place, a substation. Can we get just a pedestrian connected one? Yeah. There we go. We'll get the substation to start construction over here. That's good. We'll get that moving. So we'll get at least a little bit of extra power coming in from this side. So let's get that one moving before we forget about it. A little worried about what's going to happen with our... Yeah, we'll flip it over like that. And then we will run it up here and tie it in like so. I think that's fine, and that should still give us room, right? If I wanted to run this guy out there, yeah, that's going to be fine to get under there. It's a little messy. It's a little messy, but it's okay. So if we go back to the power, just want to make sure we get started on the power as well. So all of this should now get going. Yeah, all of these things will be built now. So that's awesome. I love it. I love it. That's good. And I think probably the end of the episode, let's have a quick look what's going on with our progress. This area is getting shape. Is this under construction? This is under construction. Now, I mean, this road is built, so it's under construction. These roads are getting built. These are built already. I like it. So we're starting to make a little bit of progress there. What's going on with our exports? 30K a month is a reasonable level of export, right? A reasonable level of clothing exports is currently being achieved. And that is giving us the ability to just calm this down a little bit. So yeah, we're overspending still, but it's a lot more of a trickle, right? So we can do this properly. We don't need to chase for the for the specific angle. We don't need to chase it. I'm gonna go and get the forestry industry going as well. So we don't need to chase to get self-sufficiency, right? We've got enough money there. And we're kind of closing or clamping down on our spend by supplementing it a little bit with the exports. So this is okay. This will give us a road connectivity. So we'll continue another road that goes through this way to tie in somewhere over here, runs this way. So we've got at least a little bit of resilience in terms of this road network. And then this one we need to expand here. Probably straighten it up through the middle there and then run it through here, and then we'll have our little town or city, not little town, city on both sides. So another roundabout, and then run it through that way, straighten it up through the middle here, and then have a few other external roads out of the roundabouts basically to kind of see about how we expand it, and we need to properly plan out our utility infrastructure as well in this space. So that's okay. We do need to, all of these roads will be properly asphalted. But I'm just trying to get another road construction office in the going over here, and we do need to maintain our utility corridor here as well. So I want to keep a nice wide berth around this one, and probably this one too, up until, because we're going to run the utilities for the city through there as well. So there's a few different bits and pieces that we need to focus on. But I do like it. We're moving ahead. People are still, very few people are now unhappy about crime though. So I think it is helping a little bit. It's unable to drink alcohol, which is our biggest ticket item really. So I think we're okay. We just need more people. So there's a lot of construction that's going to happen here to ultimately tie in with this. But our population is growing, right? Last check, still quite out. The births is quite outpacing the deaths. Hopefully we'll get to 4,000 really quickly, and then we can get it up to about maybe 4,500 there. And I think that is about the max we're going to fit into this town. Without running into serious other issues or having to expand in areas we really don't want to. But I think that's a pretty nice little spot. The town is taking good shape. And over here, we are running reasonable amounts of money in terms of exports. Yeah, we'll definitely get another one in there. So we might even be almost on the break even for this month. So I'm going to continue to expand our population. We don't need these just yet, but it's something that I think would be useful so we can stop importing that as well. So we'll see how we split off some workers there. But yeah, this facility, we're trying to make best use of this facility. We haven't really checked whether we're at capacity or anything else apart from maybe power and heating on this area. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. We're now also running prison workers or prisoners to these facilities to just add some additional workers there. But yeah, all in all, I'm loving it. Our progress is good and our people are healthy, fairly happy and quite productive, and we are making progress over here as well. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. If you've liked it, hit that like button, leave your comments down below. I do read them, I do enjoy them, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.